Which organ loves what? A fun guide to body favorites. To speak of organs and love in the same breath might sound poetic, metaphorical, or even whimsical. After all, love is an emotion, a state of being, a force that transcends biology. Organs, on the other hand, are flesh and function muscle, tissue, nerve, and cell. Yet, when we pause and reflect, we begin to notice how natural it is to assign to each organ its own form of affection, its own preferences, its own love. The brain seems to love ideas, the heart appears to love connection, the lungs crave breath, and the stomach adores nourishment. This blending of metaphor and biology is not merely fanciful. Across cultures, medical traditions, and philosophies, people have long spoken of the body as a collection of intelligences. Traditional Chinese medicine connects organs to emotions, the liver to anger, the heart to joy, the lungs to grief, the kidneys to fear. Modern neuroscience and medicine, meanwhile, reveal biochemical cravings and patterns of reward that resemble forms of love: dopamine in the brain lighting up at novelty, serotonin flowing with satisfaction, oxytocin binding us to others. To ask which organ loves what, is to invite a journey across anatomy, psychology, spirituality, and metaphor. It is to see the human body not as a cold machine, but as a living orchestra, each instrument resonating with its own passion, its own love. The brain, lover of ideas and control. The brain is often described as the master organ, the conductor of the body's symphony. But beyond control, it harbors a profound love, a love for novelty, patterns, and meaning. From infancy, the brain seeks stimulation. Babies gaze at faces longer than at random shapes. Adults scroll endlessly, read, or daydream. This is the brain's romance with ideas. Neuroscience explains this through dopamine, the neurotransmitter of reward and learning. When the brain encounters something new, unexpected, or rewarding, dopamine is released, creating a sense of pleasure. In essence, the brain falls in love with novelty and pattern recognition. The brain also loves prediction. It constantly forecasts what will happen next. This predictive power is what allows us to walk without stumbling, understand language, or plan our future. When predictions are confirmed, the brain feels satisfied; when they fail, curiosity awakens. Thus, the brain's love is twofold: the love of order and the love of surprise. It thrives on logic and chaos in equal measure, seeking balance between stability and discovery. Perhaps this is why human beings are drawn equally to security and adventure. Our brains crave both. The heart, lover of rhythm and connection. Few organs have been so universally linked with love as the heart. Across languages, the heart is the symbol of affection, emotion, and devotion. While scientifically, emotions arise from the brain, the heart contributes through rhythm, sensation, and hormone production. Physiologically, the heart loves rhythm. It thrives in balance, beating steadily between extremes. Irregular rhythms can signal distress, while smooth beats bring calm. Meditation, for example, aligns breath and heartbeat, creating coherence that many experience as peace or even love. The heart also participates in connection. It releases atrial peptides that help regulate blood pressure and reduce stress. Through circulation, it nourishes every cell, sustaining life. One might say the heart loves to give, pumping without rest, sending oxygen and nutrients outward. In metaphor, the heart's love is for relationship. When we are joyful, our heart rate quickens. When grieving, it aches. When in love, it races. The heart is not just a pump but an echo chamber of our inner life. The stomach and digestive system, lover of nourishment. The stomach and its companions, the intestines, pancreas, liver, and microbiome, are organs that love food, energy, and balance. Their love is primal, the craving for sustenance. Yet it is also complex, tied to emotions, memory, and culture. Hunger itself is a form of love call. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, signals the brain when the stomach is empty. The brain responds by seeking nourishment. This interplay is like a dialogue of desire. The gut also has its own nervous system, the enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain. It communicates with the central nervous system through the vagus nerve, influencing mood and decisions. Ever had a gut feeling? That is the digestive system expressing its preferences. Perhaps most fascinating is the microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that dwell in our intestines. These microorganisms influence digestion, immunity, and even mood through neurotransmitters. In a sense, the microbiome loves diversity and fiber, thriving on a variety of nutrients. Its health mirrors our own well-being. Thus, the digestive organs love nourishment, not only for the body but also for the mind and spirit. The lungs, lovers of breath and freedom. Breath is life's first kiss and last farewell. The lungs, through their expansion and contraction, embody a love for oxygen, for exchange, for freedom. Every breath is an embrace with the world, oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. The lungs love this reciprocity, this constant dialogue between self and environment. When breath is deep, the body relaxes; when shallow, anxiety rises. Culturally, breath symbolizes spirit. In many languages, the word for breath is linked to soul. Practices such as yoga, meditation, and qigong cultivate breath as a path to inner harmony. The lungs, therefore, are lovers of both air and awareness. The skin, lover of touch and protection. The skin, our largest organ, covers and protects us. But it is also a lover of touch, warmth, and intimacy. Through millions of nerve endings, it translates texture, pressure, and temperature into sensation. Touch is one of the earliest forms of communication. Babies who are held and caressed thrive; those deprived of touch often suffer developmental delays. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released during skin-to-skin contact, strengthening trust and attachment. The skin also loves light. Sunlight triggers vitamin D synthesis, essential for health. Too much sun, however, harms it, reminding us that every organ's love requires balance. The liver, lover of detox and balance. The liver is a quiet lover of equilibrium. Its tasks are immense: filtering toxins, metabolizing nutrients, producing bile, and regulating glucose. Unlike the heart's obvious beating or the lungs' visible breathing, the liver's love is subtle, almost invisible. Its love is for cleansing and resilience. It tolerates insults, alcohol, toxins, stress, and still strives to regenerate. No organ regenerates as robustly as the liver; even with partial removal, it can grow back. Culturally, the liver has been linked to courage, from the Latin cor for heart and jecur for liver. In ancient traditions, it was seen as the seat of vitality. Its love is for balance; too much fat, sugar, or poison distresses it, but moderation brings harmony. The kidneys, lovers of balance and flow. The kidneys, small but mighty, filter the blood, removing waste and regulating fluid balance. Their love is for flow and equilibrium. They control electrolytes, blood pressure, and water content, making them guardians of homeostasis. Emotionally, kidneys have been linked with fear in traditional medicine. Fear disrupts balance, but when kidneys are strong, courage flows. In spiritual symbolism, kidneys are lovers of discernment, choosing what to keep and what to discard. In that way, they resemble wise lovers, selective and protective. The eyes, lovers of light and beauty. The eyes, often called the windows of the soul, love light. They drink in photons, translate them into vision, and allow us to perceive the world. But beyond function, eyes love beauty. They linger on colors, shapes, faces, and movements. Aesthetic appreciation is deeply tied to visual perception. The brain's visual cortex delights in symmetry, contrast, and patterns. When we meet someone's gaze, an exchange occurs beyond words. Eyes love recognition; they seek to be seen and to see. The ears, lovers of sound and harmony. The ears love vibration. They translate invisible airwaves into music, speech, and rhythm. They also regulate balance through the vestibular system. Human beings respond emotionally to sound, soothing lullabies, stirring anthems, or whispers of affection. The ears love harmony but also appreciate silence, which offers rest. Hearing connects us socially; it is how we participate in language and storytelling. The ears, then, are lovers of connection through sound. The hands and muscles, lovers of action and expression. Hands and muscles love movement. They express the will of the brain and the desires of the heart. Through touch, creation, and labor, they shape our world. Hands also love expression, gestures, writing, crafting, and holding others. Muscles, 2. Love activity. They thrive when exercised, weaken when neglected. Movement is their romance. The reproductive organs, lovers of continuity. The reproductive system is perhaps the most straightforward lover, it loves continuation. Biologically, its purpose is to create new life. Yet beyond reproduction, it loves intimacy, pleasure, and connection. Hormones like oxytocin and dopamine link sexuality with bonding and joy. These organs love not just survival but also unity. The immune system, lover of defense and recognition. Though not an organ in the classical sense, the immune system is a network that loves protection. It identifies self from non-self, defending against intruders. When it functions well, the immune system is like a loyal guardian. When misguided, as in autoimmune disorders, its love turns destructive, attacking the self it seeks to protect. Thus, the immune system's love is fierce, vigilant, and sometimes overzealous. Integration, the symphony of loves. No organ exists alone. Each organ's love supports another's. The heart pumps for the brain, the lungs oxygenate the blood for the muscles, the liver cleanses for all. Together, they form a symphony where love is expressed not as sentiment but as function, preference, and balance. Health, then, is the harmony of these loves. Illness arises when one organ's love becomes distorted or overwhelmed. Conclusion. So, which organ loves what? The brain loves ideas. The heart loves rhythm and connection. The stomach loves nourishment. The lungs love breath. The skin loves touch. The liver loves balance. The kidneys love flow. The eyes love light. The ears love sound. The hands and muscles love movement. The reproductive system loves continuity. The immune system loves protection. Together, these loves form the miracle of being alive. To live well is to honor what each organ loves: feeding the body, resting the heart, breathing deeply, seeing beauty, hearing harmony, touching and being touched, creating, protecting, and connecting. Human life is not merely survival but a tapestry of loves woven by our very organs. In this way, love is not only an emotion of the soul but also a biological principle written into every cell, every rhythm, every breath,